is the monster under the bed, and yet he might still lose. That's the tension heading into UFC 319, where Khamzat Chimaev, the UFC's perennial boogeyman, challenges middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis in the biggest fight of his career. But here's where it gets controversial. Even with all the hype and betting odds tipping his way, not everyone is picking Chimaev to walk out with the belt. Chimaev exploded onto the UFC scene with 3 wins in 2 months, instantly becoming one of the most talked about names on the roster. Now undefeated and fighting for gold for the first time, he's stepping into the main event spotlight against a champion who simply doesn't fade. And this is the part most people miss. Stylistically, this matchup is as much about gas tanks and mental fortitude as it is about power and technique. Former middleweight champion Chris Weidman didn't hold back in his assessment. In his words, Chimaev is the boogeyman for a reason. He's terrorized 2 divisions, bouncing between welterweight and middleweight, before bulldozing former champion Robert Whittaker in a way no one had before, smashing through him in the opening round and leaving physical damage in his wake. That kind of dominance doesn't happen by accident. But Weidman also zeroed in on a crucial adjustment. Chimaev has been shoring up the one glaring question mark in his game: cardio. He's been working at the garage with renowned performance coach Sam Calavita, known for transforming athletes' conditioning and building relentless engines. Calavita's track record includes elite fighters like former bantamweight champion TJ Dillashaw, and his reputation, fair or not, comes with an expectation. If you survive his regimen, you come out in ridiculous shape. For Chimaev, that focus on endurance could be the difference between a fast start and a complete fight. If you've seen him slow down against Gilbert Burns or Kamaru Usman, you understand why this is a big deal. Still, Weidman's not convinced that better cardio alone flips the script against Dricus du Plessis. His take is blunt. For Chimaev to win, he likely needs to pour it on early and get a finish in the first couple of rounds. Why? Because du Plessis thrives in chaos. He's awkward to read, hard to corral, and absolutely punishing for opponents who start to fade. If you're tired going into the 4th or 5th round with DDP, you're in dangerous territory. And here's a fact that could sway the debate. Even though Chimaev has been scheduled for 5 rounders, he hasn't actually fought past the 3rd in the UFC. Du Plessis, by contrast, is a pace pusher with a champion's resilience. He makes fights uncomfortable, physically and psychologically, and he forces you to operate at his tempo. That's a big reason he's still undefeated in the octagon and wearing the middleweight crown. The deeper the fight goes, the more his strengths tend to compound. So where does Weidman land? With a prediction that may ruffle some feathers, he leans Dricus, especially late. His logic is simple and frankly hard to argue with. Chimaev's biggest open question is 5-round experience and sustained cardio at championship pace, while du Plessis thrives when the fight stretches out and the pressure builds. Weidman even joked he's picking Dricus because I'm a genius. But his point stands. Comfort, experience, and relentless pace could tilt the fight toward the champ in the championship rounds. Bold counterpoint to consider. What if Chimaev's new conditioning is as real as advertised? If he combines his early round ferocity with a steadier gas tank, we could see a new layer to his game. One that finally matches his aura. But until he proves it under 5-round fire, skepticism is fair game. Your turn. Do you buy Weidman's argument that DDP's pressure and late fight comfort trump Chimaev's explosiveness? Or do you think the boogeyman finally shows he can dominate over 25 minutes? Which side are you on, and why?